When you think of Gullah Geeche cuisine in the Lowcountry and beyond, you think of Chef Benjamin Dennis. I sit down one-on-one with the famous chef for a special edition of Quintin's Close-Ups. And be sure to download the free Quintin's Close-Ups app in your Apple or Google Play stores. Chef B.J. Dennis.
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. So good to meet you.
Yeah, nice to be here.
Yeah, you are a legend in this town.
I don't know about legend, but I'll take it.
Yes, sir.
I'll take it.
And of course, according to your Instagram biography, it says this: Gullah Geeche, hashtag culture do food, personal chef and caterer, Charleston, South Carolina, hashtag Gullah Geeche Nation, hashtag Gullah Eats. And of course, Geeche Eats. Who else is Chef Benjamin Davis these days?
Dennis. Who am I these days? Just a guy who's passionate about culture and food, man. I'm just like everybody else. Don't really, I'm just stick to myself, love my family, love my city and our culture here. And I just thought that, it should be represented, through all different facets. And I was already came up as a chef. Always loved the passion of our foodways and the culture of our food, foodways. And there wasn't really nobody representing. And I just, thought, hey, at first it was just like, I want to do some pop-ups, cook some of the food. And then it kind of took me to this whole journey of finding out things that have been lost, traveling, meeting connections with other cultures who have relationships with the Lowcountry, via like Trinidad and Haiti and places like that. So it's just been a beautiful thing, man.
As a matter of fact, I know on your Instagram profile recently, you posted this photo of a book, The Carolina Rice Kitchen, The African Connection. You said this, quote, classic, we Gullah Geeche built Charleston. I promise ancestors to continue to search and learn our truths, to speak for you because they used you and exploited, took what they wanted and gave us crumbs. Now we're so lost and confused, hate ourselves and deny who we are. I won't allow the ancestors' voices not to be heard. They speak to me all the time. Tell me, what kind of types of truths that you're learning right now?
Well, I would say one of the main things, sometimes we look down on our food, but the food that we eat, the way we eat these days, is not the true way we should be eating. And it's not about veganism or meat eating, it's about the actual crops that the rice that we eat. It's not the indigenous rice that was brought over with us through the transatlantic slave trade, through the enslavement. The seed, the corn seeds we eat, the different type of greens. We just stuck on collard greens, but our people eat pumpkin leaves, sweet potato leaves, okra leaves, black eyed pea, BOP leaves. All these things were used to be eaten by us. So for me, it was just, researching and learning and talking to the elders, sitting with the elders, and I think this is key. Because, they'll remember things that their grandparents did that even in their generation, we talk about those who are 80 plus years old, some of the foodways are already lost. The rice, we're working on bringing back an indigenous rice that's good for the body, that came with our people from West Africa. So, it's just kind of, it's been like the journey has taken me so far, and it's taken me to understanding more about what the foodways really are. I haven't shared a lot of it on my Instagram page. A lot of it I'm still gathering information and working with these heirloom seeds. But eventually I want to get it back into the hands of black farmers here in the Lowcountry so we can get this back into our communities, get these things back into neighborhood gardens, into areas where we quote unquote call underserved, and have these community gardens like Jermaine Jenkins of Fresh Future Farm, getting these seeds back to her so people can taste what the true foodway is supposed to be like.
Let me take you to September 14th. You also posted this on your Facebook page. It says this, quote, yo, I hope y'all ready for this. Friday, September 14th, Senegal meets Gullah mashup. It's like a homecoming. Get ready as I host this young and up-and-coming star in the chef world. From Senegal, but living in New Orleans, making waves down here. So tell me, how does Senegal meet Gullah?
Well, it's kind of a natural connection. Because we are the descendants of those folks who came from Senegal, Sierra Leone, Angola, Ghana. So it's kind of just like I say like a homecoming. Because some of the similar dishes, like the national dish of Senegal is chapoujin,
okay,
which is a rice and fish dish. red rice.
Oh yeah.
We love red rice too, with most time with fried fish.
Right.
These are the similarities. If you hashtag okra soup on Instagram,
Right.
it's going to take you 90% of the time to West Africa,
Right.
to West African home cooks and home chefs cooking okra soup. Well, what we say in Charleston, I mean, some people don't like okra, but I love it. But when you think of a quintessential dish that somebody in your family cooked, it would have been okra soup.
Mm.
So, you know, we want to showcase the similarities and also the subtle differences because, you know, we had to assimilate to certain things here. So bringing Chef Serene up from New Orleans, I think it's going to be a beautiful thing, man, and just kind of showing the similarities of the foodways and where it actually starts from.
You talk about showcasing. I know recently you were in one of my favorite cities because I ran the marathon there 16 years ago, but Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
What was it like for you to be there?
It was it was almost overwhelming. The support was beautiful.
Wow.
I actually met people who came from the Lowcountry. You know, we think the migration of Southerners from here to like Boston and Philly and New York. But it was this couple who came out specifically because they read it online. And she was talking about, yeah, I grew up on St. Margaret Street, and I got some pictures of them. I didn't post it yet, but it was great to just see the support. I mean, we had a great mixed crowd. And a lot of the black folks were like, they had Southern roots. And one of the girls, like, my granddaddy was from Johns Island, but I didn't know until he was on his deathbed. And now it's intriguing her to know about the roots and, you know, of where she's from and the history of the Gullah Geeche culture.
Right.
And so she got to taste a little bit of the food. But Chicago was great. It was great.
That is so good to hear. And obviously, too, you've been around the country from what I understand. Baltimore. I know that you were participating in Ancestors Dinner, Gullah Geeche at the table with Chef B.J. Dennis.
Mm-hmm.
What was it like for Mr. Dennis to be in Baltimore?
It's the same thing, beautiful. I mean, listen, Baltimore as a city going through a lot, but there's some beautiful people, strong people. It was a great crowd. Once again, we had people who had roots in Charleston that came to the dinner. You know, we all over the place.
Right.
And it was just great to also work with a restaurateur who named the restaurant after the great Ida B. Wells.
Right.
So they had that same vibe there, you know, wanting to reconnect history and roots through the food and bringing other chefs of color together, black chefs together to do these dinners and just to showcase that there's power in numbers and we are out here supporting each other. So Baltimore was a great time too.
Yes, indeed. It's almost 11, 12 o'clock. What are you cooking today?
What am I cooking today? You know, I had thought about that when I was on the way because I tried to get my dinner done early.
Right.
I don't know, man. Today I was feeling like just I can eat okra by itself. I know a lot of people, either you love it or you hate it. I mean, I was thinking about just taking some okra, actually going to Fresh Future Farm. Yeah. She has some nice okra growing. Yeah. Buying some from her, and I'll just cook it down with a little bit of water. Might throw some shrimp in there.
Okay.
And a little bit of rice. But I was kind of feeling like a salad.
Really?
Yeah, you know, I try to keep a nice balance.
Right.
You know, and even with our quote-unquote cultural food, you know, I don't do I got red rice on the plate, I got mac and cheese and potato salad. That's too much. Yeah. You know, you gotta have a little bit of carbs.
Right.
You gotta have your green leafy.
Right.
And that's part of who we are. You gotta have that green leafy vegetable, some type of vegetable, and you know, some peas. I got some peas and I got some butter beans in the freezer too. I don't know, you got me thinking now, bro. I don't know. Maybe a pot of butter beans, you know, a little salad and some rice.
Yes,
you know.
yes. I like to go to Verde.
What's that?
I like to go to Verde.
Oh yes, I was Verde a couple of years ago having a nice salad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like to have nice little greens and you know, just a little bit of meat for a little protein, but not hunks. Yeah. You know, I like my green leafy vegetables.
Sure.
And love seafood, man. It's Charleston.
Oh yes, indeed. This is seafood capital here.
Yes.
What food describes you?
Man, the food describes me. I'm gonna say okra again. I mean, listen, I grew up with roots. My father's side is from, the patriarch side is from Daniel Island.
Yeah.
You know, my grandfather, you know, we lived out on Clemens Ferry, we still have family land out there. And I grew up always seeing him eat okra. Like grandma would tell me to this day, you just like my husband. All you do is eat okra. My daddy can't stand it. They had bad memories of picking it as a kid before school. You know, but I would say okra. you said I had to pick a food. I mean, I don't want to say birds because I love birds because birds are free and they fly.
Right.
But I'm used to saying like a vegetable, something that I love to eat. That was okra. I mean, you love okra, but okra. Okra, seafood. I love fish.
Oh, that's so good to hear.
But okra.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's a cultural thing. It's just such a one of those things that we take for granted in this country. Like people in Southern foodways understand. Like a lot of our Southern foodways is because of lineage to West Africa.
Right.
And that plays a big role into not just Southern food, but the food of America. So, yeah, be okra again. I guess I'm an okra fanatic.
That's right. And how else would you describe yourself these days?
Patient. Patient, kind of, I'm still online, but I'm working. I said, enough of the talking and this and that. I want to put action in place. So we're working on meeting some brokers. We're looking to get into a building soon. And it's going to be more than just a restaurant. I want to be a cultural center where we can also talk about these old foodways.
Sure.
Talk about these old crops and reintroduce them to people and bring kids in after school. So I'm looking at more of a grab and go spot that also has a kitchen studio so we can have you come in
Yes.
and do interviews.
Sure.
And things like that. But something that's not just going to take money from the community but be able to give something back.
That's so good to hear.
Yes.
And we thank you for your service to the community as well.
Oh man, I love my city, I love my people. I mean, I love Charleston in general.
Right.
The good and bad.
And that's right. Yes,
We hold a special place in the city, and I think that we should honor that and know more about who we are as Gullah Geeches and the great things we did for this city through enslavement and free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Chef Benjamin Dennis, thank you so much for your time. I really, really appreciate
Oh man,
this.
thank you, man. We've been trying to do this for a while now. So I appreciate it.
Oh, anytime.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yeah.